in what's going on, but I actually myself stayed up super late the last couple nights, and I've been playing and building Nifty Island. I've been just
Oh,
it's been
yeah.
fun, and it's pretty much just like exactly like Minecraft in my mind, mixed with you know. Game mechanics so people can come in there and spend the bloom and get different bloom. So it has that not World of Warcraft, but Fortnite kind of feel to it as well, where you try to do like the daily updates, the hourly updates, which makes it fun.
Looks really cool.
I
want to play it. I want to get in there, so I'll be keen to jump in sometime with you guys. And are they doing are they going to do a token drop?
I've heard that. I've seen Island token passed around in there, but like kind of like the same thing a little bit, where it would be I don't know if it'd be worth anything, or they just mass distribute it out to the masses, or however that works. They just do it,
But I mean, getting a token airdrop to play a game's not the worst way to earn an airdrop, is it? I've done worse things for it.
No, and there might none of this is fact, but I mean, I was just thinking, like, what are you going to do with the bloom? And you get all this bloom, and you can add it up, and you can kind of burn it by a campfire, and that's how you like do your upgrades or whatever.
Gotcha.
So like you're able to make either larger islands or add more things towards it, and all of those things add up to different gameplay you can put in there. So you can do like Among Us style of a game. You can do a capture the flag. That was like today's things.
I love capture the flag, man. And domination from Call of Duty. I was a big domination fan. Well, capture the flag. That's capture the flag, right? ABC, isn't it?
And you're seeing people like pulling epic capture the flag maps from the old COD games, where you have like the line of division, where if it was like the equal row houses there, and then there was like a tractor trailer like kind of in the middle to divide up the red flag from the blue flag.
What's up, Avery?
Hey AP, what's going on, man? Welcome. Yeah, so for those of you who are listening right now, all the sound is coming through a speaker, which is actually CryptoNovo here, and then you can watch it up above. I think it's linked up there. Is maybe not yet. I will have to link it up there. Is on Paris Shilton is live broadcasting what we're actually talking about. So I'm actually thumbing through some pictures and some slides. There it is up there at the top. As you can see, Craig's back, wonderful and beautiful again from a nice summer holiday down there in the southern hemisphere. Avery Piper, and then we also have MetaPanda, who's going to be talking about the new project at at AILU 2100. So feel free to turn off your speaker if you want to speak at any time, MetaPanda, and feel free to introduce yourself, because AP and Craig have been on the show many a times.
Yo, what's good, guys?
How's it going, my friend? How are you doing? East Coast time frame, from what I've gathered. How about a little summary about yourself, a little elevator pitch, and a little bit about the project that you have brewing on BTC?
Definitely, yeah, no, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm MetaPanda. I'm the lead artist at Endangered Labs. We're coming out with our first digital identity offering on Bitcoin. It's called ALU. So like ALU is just short for the scientific Latin term for a giant panda, which is Ailuropoda melanoluca. And it basically is a digital identity offering. Consists of these 3D rigged cybernetic panda avatars that are optimized for frictionless content creation. So essentially, people get their files, their rigged files day one. As soon as they inscribe, they're available for download. So you get the rigged high quality image, of like PFP, full body, and then we also built out like a proprietary AI Unreal Engine 5 pipeline. So like essentially these characters can live stream for you, tweet for you, whether it be on Twitch or Twitter, hook into all different APIs, have like animation loops, text to speech, and just perform all different creator-centric functions. And I've essentially been hand curating the entire community personally because, I think that's the biggest issue with any collection is the distribution. Like getting the right asset in the hands of the right person. Typically, especially with like more 3D centric collections, you want to have people that are proficient in Unreal or Blender or other technical skills, whether they're dev or creative or technologists. And been building this for quite some time. If you like check my my pin post, like it shows the evolution of the character from when I first created it back in 2012. And, it's been this long journey of like, just continuous iterations and just like super excited to get it out there. A year ago when Ordinals hit, like I was super early to that. And I think it's still super nascent, but just from like an immutability standpoint, obviously like that's super enticing to a lot of people. But I think more so for us is like, how do we recontextualize and rebrand Bitcoin and bring new demographics over, which, obviously like ETH has, art and metaverses and, all different things, but I think Bitcoin is definitely lacking. So, we just want to like fill in the blanks over there.
I love the look of it and, the longevity that you've done towards the project, and bringing it to fruition. And, that was actually one of the first questions I have was, the art that you have flipping through there. It's up at the top, as you can see it as well. And if lots of people, dozens watching live, that you could see the MetaPanda flipping through the different, different integrations throughout its evolution of you as an artist and, pulling it all on chain, literally and figuratively, with Bitcoin. Avery Piper, I know you're the master of a 2 minute and 4 second questioning type of system here because from 2 and 4 in your podcasts, we've seen tons and tons of projects, obviously on Ethereum. This is kind of one of the first that we've had outside of On-Chain Monkeys coming on and talking about Bitcoin and having, art going on other chains. To spur any questions onto you. And for my friends listening at home, you'll hear Avery Piper's voice coming through my CryptoNovo PFP, unless you are watching at home and then you're actually watching them live.
No, I don't have any immediate questions. Honestly, I'm so ignorant to anything outside of Ethereum NFTs. I think, I wondered like how accessible, I guess, Bitcoin NFTs are. I think I'm just so behind the ball there, but I'm trying to figure out even for myself like how just UI wise purchasing and using NFTs on Bitcoin are. So that's pretty much my question. Like, is it just as easy? Do you find that like things are set up the same way and similarly to the way that things are set up on Ethereum?
Yeah, so I guess the question would be like, what would be the best way for a newbie? Not saying that AP is a newbie in any regards.
I'm a newbie to Bitcoin.
What get to Bitcoin and to get into ALU if that's the path you decided to go down here.
Definitely, yeah. So we've been working closely with the X-First team. They did a raise in the bear market. They have a super UX friendly sort of wallet. Then also like Phantom integrated Bitcoin ordinals. And then there's like some other ones that are more like Bitcoin native. But I think, for anyone just getting started, X-First and Phantom are great options. And, for us, we actually built out like our own custom backend that lives directly on our site. Like you could check our site right now at the mint page. So we essentially built our own launchpad. Just because, like we want everything. We're like super like schizo autists, and like we want to control everything. Like when it comes down to the experience and not like leave it up to like a launch pad or a lot of the mints on Bitcoin, especially as ordinals started to gain popularity. They got, you know, either botted or, you know, there was like other issues. So for us, like, we basically have like a passcode and an access list. So like right now I'm just like literally just gifting them to friends and, you know, people that would like leverage the assets to, you know, either create new media or, you know, really anything. I think there's a plethora of use cases when you have the files day one. And like obviously we have a ton of like memes, meme assets, like GIFs, stickers, emoji packs, like on Telegram. If you hop in our Discord, you know, you could just do like exclamation point memes or friends, and there's just like a myriad of like different panda styles that pop up. But yeah, I think, you know, for us, it's really just providing all the assets from the beginning. Like we're even creating like an AI model, so like you'd be able to prompt it on Telegram or Discord, and you know, that's just like the content cheat code. But yeah, definitely recommend like Xverse. I think is probably the easiest. They have a browser extension, they have a mobile app, and you know, like the minting process, like, you know, for us is like super simple. It may be like an entirely free mint as well. Definitely like the first few phases, just because, yeah, when I look to like CryptoPunks, for example, a lot of collections, they say we were inspired by CryptoPunks and, you know, we want to like do 10,000 units, right? Whereas like for us, it's a 2,100 collection, but it's at like a different inflection point, but, you know, with art and tech and culture. So like for us, we want to, you know, just give people that opportunity. You know, we don't want to like just have anyone priced out. It's just, I think that's the coolest thing, is just giving someone like the opportunity, you know, and just like empower the pseudonymous creator economy.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's about, is that distribution within this space. I want to say what's up to Dr. Green Thumb down there. And, you know, it's all about having access to, you know, rigged NFTs. And that's, you know, the utility behind what a lot of people are looking for in art. In particular, you know, people, and if they're gamers, if they're people who are priorly, we just had meme NFTs come on, and you know, just being able to use them in different formats, and it's just same with myself, as have not branched outside of the Ethereum as far as having a wallet, and outside of, you know, getting a ledger for art, if it's Solana or if it's Bitcoin. And maybe we can pull in Craig here, because Craig, you have a Solana phone. So like, is that just like super easy to like, just like, I guess, just get NFTs, you know, I mean, just to pull it on there, because the wallet is all built in within the phone, within the Solana phone, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, hey everyone, hey Novo and Avery and everyone out there listening. Yeah, the Solana phone is quite cool, just in the way, I suppose, if you are new to the space, obviously the friction with setting up a wallet can be quite, I suppose, scary for some people. And that's not to say that that's not the case on the phone. You still have to go through the steps of, you know, saving the pass key and, you know, your phrase and all that. So there is a little bit of knowledge that's required, but the phone kind of, you know, prompts you step by step what to do, versus, you know, saying to my mum, just download a Phantom wallet, you know, like that's gonna be tough for mum or someone else, right? So the phone's great in the way that it prompts you, like, I suppose, like a device would if it had that thought process when they first made it. So it's good in that respect. Yeah, so yeah, I guess the phone is like that. It's funny, you wonder how much simpler they can make it, because it's and I had a friend in security mention this the other day, and he's like, you know, they can make the greatest tech advances in the world, but at the end of the day, the security weakness is the user. So it's an interesting dynamic in making something easier for people to use, but in making it easier, you're also making it easier for them to fall victim to phishing scams. Or so Yeah, it's a really tricky one, but certainly the phone, the UIs or the UX is really nice. It's clean, it's simple to use. For someone that's used MetaMask before, it's a piece of cake. So sort of like MetaMask for me is almost like using MS DOS now, compared to say Phantom or something like that. Phantom's quite a beautiful wallet. I don't know if you guys have used it. Novo, have you given Phantom a go?
No, I have not. Pretty much just been familiar with Ledger since the beginning of time, and just that's where things have been, and just continue to use it because I'm just familiar with that.
I get it. Nothing wrong with it either.
But then with other wallets that are out there, if it's for other chains, I'm also looking into that. And actually, just this week, JRR Token, bought I don't remember what NFT from ordinalized off of Bitcoin, and he's interested in other chains as well, just to diversify, I guess you can say. But he's an art collector and likes to find things and finds good little nuggets here and there. So it shows I guess still another hurdle within myself that's just I don't like to stay in my avenue, in my lane, and stay.
I'm exactly the same. I'm the sort of person that will stay with something for 10 years and kind of ignore it. But I kind of, because I was trading meme coins on Solana, I kind of got forced to go there. And sometimes that's what I need. I need to be forced to go somewhere. And then I suppose also just from being in the space, I thought, I better just learn it, right? I better go on there so I know what I'm kind of talking about. And I must admit, the Phantom wallet's awesome. I was resistant to it. I was like you, Nova, I was a big ETH maxi, and that's what I knew with NFTs. And Phantom wallets felt so dirty. I was using it about a year ago even, and then I went back to it, and it's nice, man. It's if that's where retail is going to find a much more seamless experience versus MetaMask. MetaMask, I kind of wonder what they're doing, when they're going to improve their product, because they're kind of falling behind now. You've got, just speaking about Bitcoin, a good Bitcoin wallet for anyone listening out there. I'm a big fan of Xverse. That's a nice one to use. The UX is quite nice. It's simple. It displays the ordinals in the wallet. So for anyone out there, if you're looking for a Bitcoin wallet, because it can be quite intimidating what to use, I was using Albi, but I've gone across to Xverse now. I much prefer that. Great little wallet, nice and simple. So I've actually started to get my feet wet. I don't know if you've seen my feed lately, but I'm getting quite heavily into ordinals now. There's big volume going there, man. It's kind of a battle at the moment with NFTs, I think. Well, maybe not a battle, but Solana and Bitcoin at the moment, and Bitcoin's starting to take a fair chunk of volume, which I kind of like, in the way that I don't know. I'm just a big Bitcoin fan. It's what brought me to the space. Whether NFTs or ordinals on there are great. I mean, it's maybe not the chain for it, but at the same time, from a purist point of view, being completely on chain, it's nice.
I almost view it as, I was like thinking about the other day, it's almost in my mind, like, how would I explain it to someone? It's almost like labeling Satoshis, where like, all right, you can have a group of Bitcoin, whatever that art you bought for, within Satoshi form, and like, hey, if Bitcoin goes up, well, that art's going to go up in value as well, just because the currency that it's based off of can go up. Same thing if it goes down. But then if that collection goes up due to whatever its historical range, if it's on a particular block, if it's attached to a successful group, and it's something that we saw with, that we're seeing with ALU, and what MetaPanda just presented about is like the hard work put in through years of, I saw pixelated art, I saw hand-drawn art, I saw, I don't know if it was paintings. Feel free to jump in whenever you want here, MetaPanda, but just years of, how do you want to share that with the rest of the world? As you can see, people live streaming right now, dozens watching. So thank you for watching on YouTube and also on Twitch. Feel free to drop any questions. I'll be able to put them in there. But how you save that stuff, and if you're going to save it on a different chain, or you're going to save it where you're going to build your community. And part of that and reason that you're on every week, Craig, is to follow that volume. Where is that volume going? And you're saying this volume is heading towards, more of ordinals and what's happening in Bitcoin. But I've also seen the coin itself, Solano, like hanging in there, hanging tough.
It's just below 100 at the moment. I think 97, 98. So Solana's hanging in there too. Yeah.
Healthy. But also dropping out of the top 100 for a couple weeks now is ApeCoin, which is a little trouble. Like dropping out of the top 100. I don't know. I mean, what's any word or traction? Not to totally go away from the any other topics, but that's what caught my eye here.
Yeah, ApeCoin, I guess, is an interesting one. It kind of suffers from the fact that it's connected to a product and that product hasn't been released. So, I think there's probably a bit of frustration there. And I think a lot of the holders obviously are NFT holders who've been, I suppose, hurt in the bear market. I mean, NFTs got whacked, didn't they? I've got a whole heap of NFTs that are down 95%. So I suppose part of that ApeCoin is maybe frustration from NFT holders that have just gone, look, I've had enough. I need some money here. I'm going to sell my ape rather than NFT. Probably frustration from the lack of communication from Yuga a little bit, who admittedly Yuga seem to have stepped up communication a little bit now, but they were a bit lackluster over maybe the last year. So I think frustration has led to that decline. I think communications, obviously, well, it's a big thing with any project. So silence hurts projects. And to say things like we're building, guys, don't worry, is not really enough. Well, the price is telling me it's not enough. So, yeah, I think ApeCoin's probably, you know what, though? It's probably not a bad buy. And if Yuga come out and produce a fantastic product and a good use case and sync for that coin, it's gonna rock it.
That's one thing that was one thing I always would think on, like, that is like attached to one of the strongest companies in Web3 in my mind.
Yeah.
And for it to be just milling around, between $1.50 and $2.
It's a bit unfair, I'd say there.
Correct. And then, then you maybe put it into somewhat comparison of like Decentraland. Well, I think Yuga is larger than Decentraland, at least in my mind. I'm not picking favorites here. But how about Friend Tech real quick, not to hit the ball in the court. Any updates on Friend Tech? AP, feel free to jump in whenever here, my friend. Sorry, I'm giving the rundown. I missed catching up with Craig here in this new year.
This one will be short and sweet, Avery. Friend Tech, not a lot more. Well, actually, I suppose. Well, it looks like they sold, right? So there were the two founders that a couple of months ago looked like they had stepped down and sold. To whom I'm not 100% sure, and the communication there, a little bit like Yuga, has been quite lackluster, which has caused the TVL to dip. They did put out a tweet or a post about a week ago hinting at the official account for Friend Tech, hinting that the points will still have relevance, but no more was said. So they're kind of still hinting that there's going to be value there, but they haven't said a date and they haven't said what. So it's kind of like just sit tight. I guess none of us have an option but to sit tight and wait to see what these guys do. But in saying that, I very much doubt they got acquired or bought for that company to come in and just do nothing, right? I can't imagine someone's come in and bought it and gone, oh, well, this is crap. So, I mean, one of the easy ways to get hype is to drop us a whole bunch of free money. So I'd be surprised if there wasn't, if those points didn't equal token drop. I'd be very, that's puppets on Bitcoin you're looking at there. So Friend Tech, kind of steady as she goes. The TVL's down to 30 mil, which actually isn't that bad considering the communication from the team's been so quiet. So I think everybody there's just sitting tight and seeing what's coming. I still think there'll be an airdrop. It's just a matter of when. I did put out a few posts trying to lure the team out to respond to me, because I did hear sort of, it was, back when I was speaking to you guys about 4 months ago, we had been kind of teased that the drop would be about mid-Jan. And since, and I went on about 2 weeks ago saying, hey guys, any update on timeframes here? And a couple of people jumped on and said, "Oh, mate, you still got about 3 or 4 months to wait." So I was kind of, that wasn't the team. But I don't know where these people are getting these dates from. But, sometimes rumors spread, people in group chats I'm not privy to. So maybe just because of the acquisition, perhaps that sort of tentative date of mid-Jan has been moved to maybe May or something like that, which... I guess if that's the case, then I'll just sit tight here. Ridiculous, isn't it? Absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, so I'm just hanging tight on that. I still think there'll be an airdrop. So yes, I'll just wait and see. And God, I hope there is, because it could be quite lucrative for me if there is. But it's one of those things in this space.
Being lucrative on it, at least for myself, like I was able to join Frentech, and I got what is it, about a half an ETH just sitting in there from it, and I really put nothing in towards it. So I'm gonna be along for the ride, play with house money, I guess, for lack of a better term. And if you're looking for something to get dropped, just hang on for 2 minutes, because maybe we can drop a POAP to everyone. And within that, we have like all the prices from the prior week and weeks in these POAPs. This is actually from the 25th, from when they made the POAP. See, Craig, what are you foreseeing with your crystal ball happening, this week and next week within the markets?
It was interesting. I was looking over the numbers this morning, and it was quite funny. Last time when I spoke to you last time, you and I both were looking at the chart, and we both sort of agreed that we wouldn't be surprised, at least if we saw a wick down to 37.38. And later that day, guess what? It wicked down to 37.38 exactly. So hey, we looked pretty smart that day, Novo.
And I put in a trade right on that queue, and I
copped a whole heap of old coins on that wick.
And I sold it real quick, because I think this Mondays usually in the States is when the things drop off, when the market money moves away from the weekend cryptocurrency trading back into the traditional market. So generally I see a little bit of a dip on a Monday here in the States. As we can see, the fear and greed index is at neutral.
It's getting pretty good for buys there.
And it's almost like the calm before the storm within what's going to happen possibly with the Bitcoin halving. And I did a little chart diving myself and look back the last time that we had 6 losing days in a row for Ethereum. And here it is. And if you see over here on the left, on November 7th and 8th, somewhere around there, 2023, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is down to $1,500, and then it shot up to $2,200. So percentage on that is pretty decent. And if we're looking at that same thing, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, same drop off down around to that little max that we saw like last week. There's that low last week way down there, and so if we see a nice rebound in the same percentages that we saw just a couple weeks ago, we're looking at maybe some territory where there's not a lot of trading volume in those Bollinger Bands. And once you hit that territory, things can really create some volatility. And when there's volatility, that's when people are making money on the up and the down. And that's when people start buying more NFTs too. So you want that volatility to go in. Some people lose their hats on it, but some people make a fortune and are able to put, 1,700 ETH bids on Alien, or on what was that, on a zombie, or is that an ape? I think it was an ape. And with that right now, if you got your POAP, you can open up your POAP and type in the secret word panda. It's lowercase panda. That's right, for our friend out there with the ALU, for the MetaPandas. You can type in panda to claim your POAP. Yes, claim that POAP. Claim that POAP right now, right on QAP. How have you been, my friend? Not to transition, but any questions brewing in your head? How have things been since last week?
Good, man. It's crazy. It's been a week. It flies by. No, good. Yeah, working. I'm working on a lot of music. I'm doing a lot of stuff, working on my project. It's been a hectic week, but life is good. I'm honestly really interested I think the thing that's, at least in my mind, for the future for what NFTs may look like, and even I think relevant to ApeCoin, is Magic Eden coming out with this new platform, and I wonder, or marketplace, and I really wonder. I talked to Lorepunk, actually interviewed them as a part of my 2 minutes 4 seconds series, and asked them about what their opinion is of the royalty situation in the NFT world. And there's a few options that existed in my head, but they kind of mentioned this idea of collective action, which is that all of these big projects basically, say, hey, we're not going to put our projects, our collections, our 10,000 PFP collections on certain marketplaces because they're not willing to uphold our royalty percentage. And that's something that's going to be a heavy, hot debate for, I think, a long, long time. And it's not like going to go away right away by any means. There's ways to work around the royalties that currently exist. You can always mark one of the things that's obvious. You can always mark a purchase as a transfer, depending on how you put it on, or how you mark it on the chain. So there's ways, there's APIs, there's ways to manipulate, and it's going to be tricky for a long time. So that's what I'm thinking about. Magic Eden coming out with this marketplace with Yuga, and how that actually may, that may change the price drastically of ApeCoin if there's some utility behind it there. And I'm not sure if there's already some alpha there that has been released, but that's on my mind. I think just big picture.
That's a great connection there, AP, that you just brought in. And how would that work? Would that work as a discount possibly? Hey, you buy it with Ape and you're getting a 10% discount, and that maybe money is going to either burn ratio, which is in cents, making Ape a deflationary income, making it more valuable as more people use it. That is great thoughts right there. And also what you're saying with the AP is, or the API within that, is how you write the smart contract, like how it's actually written, of where the funds are going to after it's in the initial release, and what that looks like. And that's always been the smart thing with these smart contracts, is how you write that. But right now you can write Panda in POAP, all lowercase, to get that POAP for episode 199. That's right, we're at Novoverse 199. As you can see there up on the top, retweet the room. I want to say what's up to Ian up there, and Anita, Dr. Green Thumb, Robert, Leonardo, man, everyone that continues listening every week. I greatly appreciate it. We are here live video with Craig at CraigsCoinPurse, Avery Piper from 2 and 4. We had MetaPanda on with the Alu project. You can check out on chain. And I know there's more coming in the pipeline. I think Ian possibly with a nouns proposal. So take a look and a feel for that coming out in the future here. But Avery Piper, kind of back to your initial thought, is like that might be the next spur of what comes out, is a marketplace that kind of says, all right, yeah, we are going to give back to X, Y, and Z, maybe even to the marketplace too. I mean, hey, this is going to pay for people and staff and customer service within, Magic Eden to, and if they show it and they're transparent about it, people might go there just to be fans of it. Like, hey, I will pay that percentage because of this, and this, and I'm getting this, and this out of it. So it can be things that could make a systematic change. Where on the other hand, recent news is it kind of seems like OpenSea's shopping itself around to be sold. And sometimes when you're doing that, you kind of see, well, maybe the trajectory is not all up and up, and how do they eventually get paid for it? Like, are they getting paid from, outside avenues as far as advertisers? And what does that look like currently? Because sometimes it's hard to find advertisers that want to put their name in the Web3 world. So there's going to be lots of things that are opening up in this horizon for 2024. And I think a lot of people have been building. So we're going to slowly see what those things have become. And if it's Friend Tech, who did, we did hear rumblings of mid-January, turns into February, March, then so be it. Same thing with, other things that I've been hearing, Storyverse has been awfully quiet. I've been usually on a Monday show with them, and they are building, and they've talked about building, but want to have a good release on it. So, they have something that's ready to be released. I myself have been playing a lot of Nifty Island. I just enjoy it. That's kind of talking about it in the beginning of the show. If you're tuning in now, you can catch the recap of the show on Twitter. You can catch it on YouTube. You can catch it on CraigsCoinPurse, at CraigsCoinPurse on his Twitter handle. I was playing there live. You can catch it in the Novoverse is playing live. It's playing live in my LinkedIn page, believe it or not. Yeah, this gets streamed live in on LinkedIn. Ian, there's an idea for Nouns, Barry, LinkedIn is have live video streams right in there so people can talk about the proposal and talk about City Farmer. And there's a lot more we can build on this week, including building your POAP collection with typing in Panda in that secret word. And if you're listening to this on record later, just DM me if you get this later, and I'll shoot you one of those POAPs. I'm going to take a sip of water. You guys can chat, ask a question. If you have a comment, go for it.
Talking to me? Yeah, I'm down. I think one thing I wanted to say too, I think, Blur is Ethereum, or like the Blur token is on Ethereum. And, there's going to be a need for Magic Eden to create demand for their marketplace. And there's, ways that, other platforms have done it, and the other marketplaces have done it in the past. And I think that ApeCoin just makes a lot of sense. The more that I think about it, is like, why wouldn't they put some incentive in there for you to either win ApeCoin for using their platform, marketplace, or something along those lines? So I'm fascinated to see how they're gonna, convince people to use it, convince people to not use something else, and also incentivize people to come to the marketplace for the first time, even if they're not trading Yuga assets. I really want to know how those partnerships are going to work, how they're going to bring other collections on. So we'll see. There's been, Novo and I worked closely at our last company a little bit with Coinbase, and Coinbase had a really, really hard time with their marketplace, and not even sure it's happening anymore, or to what degree it is. But marketplaces are very, very difficult, and OpenSea had a huge head start, and Blur kind of figured out how to how farming worked for people, and how to incentivize people that way. So I'm fascinated. I just want to throw that out there, just that ApeCoin seems like a layup there. And I say the less tokens, the better for a marketplace. If they could specialize in one and giving that one away, it would help, I think, them tremendously. But we'll see. And I wonder, obviously, they're probably going to do NFTs from on other chains as well. So we'll see. But yeah.
I see Magic Eden have a wallet, a beta access to a wallet. Avery, I don't know if you got a code for that. I've been trying to get a friggin' code, and every time I put it in, it's friggin' used. So I've got a guy getting me a bunch of codes today, so I'll fire some out. But basically, yeah, Magic Eden wallet. So maybe what Avery's saying there, that could be the start, right? That wallet, which will allow, say you stake X amount of ApeCoin, maybe you get a 2% discount on fees, or I don't know, something like that. But it would be smart of Yuga to do that, and I think everyone holding ApeCoin would celebrate that. And Magic Eden is kicking some ass at the moment. I've been using their platform a lot more, their marketplace, a lot more lately. And geez, they just got everything there. And I just quite like the way it's structured, the way it looks aesthetically compared to OpenSea. And I loved OpenSea, but Magic Eden for me is just an absolute slam dunk. So yeah, I'm very keen to see what they've done with Yuga. Could be pretty cool.
I can't remember her name, but I think she was like the VP of Magic Eden. I met at on that art space in Chicago, and I just went there because I had a couple meetings with her when I was working, just like Avery was talking about, when we used to work at Vayner, and she was the nicest lady, smart, and then all of a sudden I turned around and Spotty Wi-Fi was playing there, and I think they hired Spotty Wi-Fi to perform, and it's just like cool that they're giving back to the community. They probably rented out the space from on that art space, so it's helping a local gallery, flying in performers. I get to hang out with my friends, and that's what it was all about. And then with that, that was their launch for, kind of like becoming like multi-chain, just branching outside of Ethereum a little bit, and which is just, a snowball effect of doing, they're again making that volume flow, and that's where they make money, is off that volume. More people buying and selling that volume, they're making more transactions, more people coming in, and just to solidify that with major brands and major coins behind it. And that's when I'm kind of thinking of what's happening with Nifty Island and all these Bloom coins and credits, and what that's going to look like if it's just beta, and then all of a sudden you catch that in for Island coin or something, which might be something that might, if you get in early, might be able to pay off. And I'm just kind of sitting there playing Minecraft. So visit CryptoNovo's Island. Yeah, I'll plug it there. Anything else you guys want to plug, talk about?
Can you build your own island there, Novo? Can you customize your own island? Can you?
Man, can I ever? It is.
I love that stuff.
For me, it's exactly like Minecraft.
Yeah.
I have built in a gigantic, when I say gigantic, it is a gigantic CryptoNovo head here.
That's so cool.
Down here, way down here, like it's the size of my cursor, is actually me on it. So each one of these blocks is like a huge thing you have to jump on. There's a tassel hat over here where it has like a shooting elevator that launches you up through the tassel hat. And then once you get to behind the glasses, it's the brains. So within that, I don't have it set up yet. I haven't set up any games yet. I'm just kind of setting up my island itself. Yeah. But you can play like Among Us. You can play Capture the Flag. You can play, Fortnite style of battle games.
Looks like fun.
I have my PS5 controller right here, so like it's just you go in there and just have at it PS5 style.
Did you build it? Did you build it yourself, Nova, or did you have help with
brick by brick? Every single pixel I've done by myself. There are some like dope AF ones. Like there, I don't think you guys can hear this when it plays. On Restream.
I saw this.
But I don't know who this gentleman is who has a lot of.
Oh, that's so funny, Novo. Yeah, they're like
they're twins, right? They're twins.
Evil twins. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
evil twins.
They were bull market icons a while back. They had their 5 minutes of fame, but good on them.
That's crazy. That's
so
cool.
You can pull any VRM files or anything that I've made in Decentraland or Mr. Dingia has made in Decentraland. You can pull into here and just
Nifty
play.
Island. What was it called? Nifty Island.
Nifty Island.
Yeah.
And
it looks really cool. I was watching what Spotty Wi-Fi had. It looks like a mix of Fortnite and Minecraft, like you were saying.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Looks fun.
So you can pull in your own things. I've done mine brick by brick. Like they have preset houses and things that you can pull in, but I went like true OG pixelated style where everything I've built in there has been a pixelated land. Spotty Wi-Fi has something dope because he built like this kingdom, like this castle. So it's like perfectly symmetrical. So it's like perfect for like Capture the Flag and punk versus punk battle royale. So like it's a very fun gameplay behind it. The thing of it is like you're like for the OCD type of people like myself, like you're trying to get every pixelated thing perfect, and then like all right, like at first like I was a 3x3, but that wasn't wide enough, so like I kept on falling off the sides. I'm like crap, I have to do everything a 4x4. So I like go back and just redo everything. So like when you're jumping on something, just fall off the side, super fun, addicting to the point where I get to bed super early in the morning, which I shouldn't be doing anymore.
Can you have seals versus punks and that sort of thing? Can you be playing in the same game with different people?
Yes. And I guess that's a whole nother thing with it is,
just the rivalries, right?
CryptoPunks NFT, they sponsored the file transfer for that. They blessed the okay to have that. I haven't delegated my CryptoPunk because it's a Ledger wallet, but buried, and you can pull those VRM files right in there and play like live action with your NFT. And they had a whole host of other ones that they had as well that you can pull in. Here's Punk versus Punk right here. So you can do anything. There's mutant apes, there's apes, and the files you just pull in. It's really simple to do.
I'm definitely going to be playing this.
Yeah,
I have to stream that one time, I think, because I'm a massive gaming nerd. I love this stuff, man.
Well, that's what, Craig, remember I asked you if you play video games?
I just clicked why you asking me now. I just clicked why. And I didn't realize you were referencing this platform. I'm keen, real keen.
Now you can island hop, and I don't know if this is true or not. I've been talking with Spotty Wi-Fi more and more because we're gaming in the same platform, but like the music aspect to it. So AP, like once your music's done, just like drop it in an island, and like there's things that you can do furthermore within that island. Yeah, man. I don't know. I've been having fun with it, so that's why I've been talking about it. I've been streaming streaming me build, and sometimes this is me for like 2 hours just staring at a screen, just building pixel style. And Sappy Seals are in there.
They look so ridiculous.
Yeah,
they do.
The way they look.
They seal around. They move around like a Jabba the Hutt, like slugging around.
I love seeing them run around trying to shoot each other. Just looks so cool.
Yeah,
just in their front bodies.
Well, maybe I am going to drop in there and play. That's it. Hey, guys, thanks for joining the stream.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me.
I don't know for a fact, but the filter you're seeing in front of you, this AR filter, this might be it for it. I had to update my MacBook Air, which outdated the driver connection between Snapchat and any video output or input because it's a licensing agreement between Apple and Snapchat, from what I believe. And the current computer that I'm talking to you on is the last place where this CryptoNovo filter lives and works. So episode 199 might be the last one for this filter. It has treated me well. It's got me through hours of business meetings. I've stared at myself for thousands and thousands of hours on that end to help build this Web3 world. Not saying it's the end of CryptoNovo, because there are tricks up these wiki sleeves in different capacities, in different formats, and different files. But to the great person who created this, thank you. And from the mind of the great BeskRX who thought of this, it's been fun using this AR filter, but technology caught up with with this version of CryptoNovo, which I think is the 3rd or 4th version. So maybe version 0.5 or version 5 will be out for episode 200.
Yeah, you have one in the works, Novo. It's ready to go. Your next one.
AP, unfortunately, not. This all happened.
All right, we'll figure it out.
Hours, so
we'll figure it out. If you have to wear, a physical mask, it is what it is. If you have to wear the one behind you.
Just like all great things, not saying they're coming to the end, but the evolution of something's coming. So
no, yeah, exactly.
That might extend the start of the bull run, the big bull run, Novo, when you put your new mask on. Bitcoin,
like Craig was saying he had to figure out when he was buying new coins how to do it, how to get a new wallet. So now, Novo, that you have to get a new MacBook update.
Get uncomfortable, Novo.
If you get a new filter, that's exciting though, Novo. Let's see. You know what's funny, and I don't know, I'll end on this, but I really, really like those old videos, Novo, of when you were really beginning to, and maybe I mentioned this to you before, but when you were doing interviews in the very beginning, I think, of your Web3 journey, and you were talking to guys like G Money and Pranksy and all that. But I really liked your old filter, and I liked how it moved and how it was very, it was almost like a cartoon compared to like the 3D aspect. So I wonder if we can do like a throwback or something, but I'm excited about the future of that. Let's see what we can make.
It was almost like a Mad Max, and my son just showed me an Eminem video where it did take like the same background as Mad Max, where he did have like a epic rap words per second in there. And
right.
I have great friends around me like JRR Token, who's taking care of me, and BestRX, who's taking care of me. They're going to find the coolest stuff out there, and that's just what's going to be broadcasted out, just like they did with this current filter. We actually have, just responding to a couple friends, Dr. Doge, and actually the file rigging in Nifty Island, the voids. AP, you have a void, dude. AP, bring your void into Nifty Island. It's like
okay.
rigged.
I'm totally down.
In that, I think there's a mouth rigging function on those voids. They're fully rigged, just like MetaPanda was talking about with the ALUs coming fully rigged. The voids are fully rigged with mouth and eye recognition within that. So we're actually dipping into that technology to get me a holdover for more of a VRM file. I don't know if that's a VRM file, if I'm actually using the proper term on that, but it wouldn't be like live action with my arm. It'd be like a half body avatar, like you saw with my other.
For sure. The way that, like you were saying, the way that Dr. Doge does it.
Correct. But I would, he's been doing it right the whole time. I've been patchworking it through a Snapchat that has not been updated on my computer forever. But it's just time to update technology, which just makes upgrading the filter and finding the right path and the right way forward. So I trust the team in my court, including your guys' selves. If we want to come on and just stream here's another problem. Nifty Island, I can't get my sound to work, so I can't communicate people in sound for whatever reason. Token's and I have been trying to hammer through all of that, so we might need to link in on Discord to talk and communicate through Nifty Island. But if you guys want to island hop or start streaming game-wise, I'm getting a lot more views on Twitch, which we're streaming live, and also on YouTube, just for simply playing Fortnite and running around looking like I'm playing Minecraft, but it's actually Nifty Island, and you're actually not saying you get paid, but you can collect bloom. Spotty Wi-Fi, I think he had 2,500 visitors. I don't know what that exactly means to his island within the week. He was number 4. I think it was. I think that's the stats. Look at his. I don't know if that's the true metrics on the stats, but heck, that's a lot of freaking foot traffic, and if you can just type in and just put in, hey, come visit Divine Providence, the Discord there, and hit up CraigsCoinPurse, we can make that work. Moreover, working in the pipeline, taffystreaming.io, I want to give them a fat shout out. Trying to work on a sponsorship deal with them, and pulling friends from the Novoverse is going to be part of that. But it kind of stinks because my AR filter is not going to work, so now it's like going to put things on the back burner for a little bit. But big shout out to Mark and Christian over at Taffy Streaming. Please check out Taffy Streaming. Any questions on that, definitely DM me on if you want to see how to restream onto multiple platforms. But not only that, you can mint it, so you can mint the moment. And what better way to do that is just like playing in Nifty Island and having Spotty Wi-Fi show up with Bun B and then play a song with Avery Piper's song playing right after it. And we're all streaming that live, and you can mint that moment and just put it out there. And that's a 2-minute and 4-second thing that AP can put out there, add his 2 and 4 podcasts, and game it and talk cryptocurrency is what we're going to continue to do. I don't know what's going to happen next Sunday, my Aliens, Apes, and Zombies. The following Sunday, definitely not, because it'll be Super Bowl Sunday. Might be Sundays from now. It might be a beta testing next Sunday. Or we might just come on and just play video games for the next hour and a half.
That'd be fun. Yeah, we got to do an episode from Nifty Island, like you're saying. That's smart. Yeah, I interviewed. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I'll set up Nifty Island as well, so I'll be.
Okay.
I'll be.
If it doesn't blow up my computer, let's see if my computer can handle it. I interviewed someone named Orangey, who's like a big gamer in Web3 recently for 2 and 4, and I'll put that out soon. But Novo, he does. I see he's making content on Nifty Island, so I wonder if we can talk to him next week. It's business.
That'd be awesome.
But he's great.
I don't have a filter for Nifty Island. I can just be on Nifty Island and just run around like that.
Yeah, you can be there. You can use your guy as your, it's just like your avatar or whatever moving through the thing. Right. And we can just, like you're saying, like do it through Spaces or through Discord or something and just like put the audio through this. I don't know. We'll figure a way.
Token, I don't know if you missed the beginning of this. We spoke with MetaPanda, Ordinal project. And I know you just set up your Bitcoin wallet. So I don't know, something to dive into, look into, something I saw completely fully rigged right there. And let's see, oranges will pull up real quick since AP pulled that up in the messages. I just got to pull a couple screens here. You know who that it almost looked like Katrina's Bored Ape, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Cat's Bored Ape. She has a epic ape like that.
But yeah, there's a little bit of content on there.
You have 3 minutes to claim that POAP. Type in Panda, Panda, all lowercase. Claim that POAP right now. You better do it right now. You got 3 minutes to claim that POAP. And yeah, Orangey's in there. I've seen it. I've seen this one too. All right. So I've seen him in there and playing. And, you know, I mean, he's getting some traction there, playing and getting some major points, seeing what those points are going towards, playing and gaming all that time. Don't get addicted to gaming right yet, because I want to sit there and be an addict with you guys playing in there. But honestly, I think I'm going to take it easy tonight. I had some struggles with some technology, but I had some friends there to have my back. But it's all right. So for all my aliens, apes, and zombies, if you had maybe a setback, I tried all weekend to improve the Novoverse, and we are going to improve, and we're going to keep improving. So thanks for listening. Retweet the room if you're just tuning in right now, because we had some awesome content prior, which you can all look at and watch later back on YouTube. You can watch it on Twitch. You can watch it on CraigsCoinPurse's Twitter handle. You can look at it on the Novoverse Twitter handle. Paris Shilton NFT. That's what restreaming does. You can look at taffystream.io for that, and actually that you can mint moments on there on a layer 2. So if you're looking to broadcast stuff and mint it as well. Special thanks to all the friends who have been listening out there. Anita, Dr. Green Thumb, Robert, or Roberto, Leonardo as well. Check out Alu. They are down there in the listening area. I guess I should have brought them up. The Cybermatic Pandas on Bitcoin. And thank you for tuning in. We will tune in. I don't know when next. It might be next Sunday. It might not. So for all my aliens, apes, and zombies, stay positive and love life.
Peace. See you guys.
Forgot music again, but oh well.
We are in the Novoverse. Novoverse. It's the best, man. All right, talk to you soon.
All right, AP, take it easy.
Peace.